Good evening chess stinkers. I watched a video by the living legend himself, Hanging Pawns, where he advertised a website, like Chess Ladders, where we could play high-quality classical rated games online in a ladder format against actual decent players, himself included. So now I am starting a series where I hunt for one of YouTube's best chess content creators so I can not only farm him for clout for my pathetically small YouTube channel, but also have the honor of getting absolutely torched by him. Probably. Game 1 on the ladder was against a mad lad from Malaysia, Sun709. I play d4 and my opponent allows me to play one of my strongest lines, the Trompowsky attack, but he plays pony e4. I usually play the raptor variation in this situation, but I'm not as well versed in it as I am against d4, e6, or even the wild games that come out of an early c5 push. So I push h4 and play it anyway. My guy plays g6 and I play e6. He fianchettos his bishop and I play bishop d3, extremely standard and boring stuff. He takes my bishop and I retake, which gives me the semi-open h-file, the whole idea of the raptor, so I am chilling. d6 comes and I develop the pony. He does the same and I secure my strong pawn on g5 with f4, also allowing me to play pony f4 without restricting my pawn. He strikes with c5. Usually in Trompowsky positions you want to push past, but this allows bishop takes c3, and after the pawn retake, I have doubled pawns and a weakened structure I want to castle into, so I don't want any of that mess. So we just go back to the original idea and play knight f3. He takes, I take, he plays pony b3. My Freddie Mercury comes to e2 allowing me to castle queenside. He plays queen c7 and I do just that. He plays a6 and I am starting to get the feeling that my guy is struggling to commit to castling kingside due to my pressure coming from the semi-open h-file, and my little legend pawn on g5, so I wanted to bide my time. I play the waiting move king b1, and with bishop e6, I am thinking I might be on the right lines. Again, I play a waiting move g3. I knew it wasn't strong, but it also doesn't really damage my position, and I want black to commit so I can start an attacking plan. He creates a battery with rook c8, which means I have got more chance of banging Sydney Sweeney than him castling queenside. Absolutely zero. I play rook h2 with the plan to double up and go absolute ham on the king side. He hops his knight to d5 and we trade off. I deliberated for the longest time in this match and played c3. I knew long term it might be weakening for my king, but on the other hand it completely blunts his dark squared bishop and completely kills his queen-rook battery. I thought queen a5 was his only move, but he played queen c6 instead and I was puzzled. I made a misstep and played rook f1, defending my horsey when I should have just hopped it to d2. The trade-off would have made my rook look super stupid on f3, but we move on. He didn't take anyway and played queen b6, another odd move. I'm getting a bit nervous and I play king a1, as I don't want the bishop sack to come with check. Yeah, don't ask, I don't know, man. Queen a5 finally comes and I push c4, seeing that the trade-off doesn't work for black and his attack dies. I calculated the next 4 moves with minor pieces and pawn trade-offs and I have no idea if I'm better or not. He then proceeds to play the strange king d8, which just allows me to play rook e2, and it looks like I'm coming in. He threatens my queen, I check. He blocks, and I drop back and form a battery and threaten his bishop. He pushes e5 and we trade and I gobble up the pawn on f7 and here I am thinking it's over. He finds queen c5, which was the top engine move which I didn't understand until the evaluation. I play the super obvious queen b7 and he defends with queen, and here comes the move I'm most proud of in this game. I debated for 15 minutes whether to play rook h2 and double up the attack on the h-pawn or play c5. I calculated that he obviously can't take with the queen without hanging mate. If he takes with the bishop I just take the pawn with the rook and he has the same problem. If he takes with rook I just play rook c2 and trade off and I am just better in a simpler position. And that's exactly what happens. But he plays queen e6 and it's curtains for black. I check. He block, I check and black sees the inevitable and resigns. Big shout out to my opponent, who was super cool throughout the whole process and made the first game extremely enjoyable. If you want to see these games as they happen, follow my Twitch channel in the description below. Can't promise he'll be fully sober in the streams, but there you go. So I'm 1-0 in the ladder and I'm coming for you, Stjepan. Like and sub for more.